And we're back. Approaching match 4 here. Just as a quick reminder, this is what we are playing at this point in the match. The challenge. Red Prison, Pyro Prison here. Featuring Karn, sideboards, and a lot of aggro and lock pieces here. We do one or the other, and sometimes we do both. Blood Moons, Ensnaring Bridge, Chalices, Rabblemaster effects, and Karn in the middle there. We're not doing too bad if you haven't seen the previous videos. Or if this has all been stitched together, just ignore that. But maybe check them out. Here we go. Round 4. Let's play some Magic. I think I want to avoid Burn and Dredge. Now that I've called those out, I will get them. But maybe I can get something other than those. Creature-based deck wouldn't be too bad, although I've had some bad luck against humans lately. Blue-white I don't necessarily want to run into, but we do have a sideboard plan for that, and it wouldn't be bad to test that as well. Although if I avoided blue-white for the entire challenge, I'd probably be okay for that. Probably be okay for that. Alright. Crochet. I feel like I've seen this person before in our previous challenges. Potentially. We did lose the dice roll, unfortunately. That is a thing that happens. What do we have here? We have 3 of our 6 4-drops here. I don't think we can keep this. Just mulligan this. If there's a land off the top, you could like Chandra. You're pitching Chandra here. If there's a land off the top, you could Chandra Chalice on 1 and then Karn, which is actually very strong. There's no guarantee that there's a land on the top, though, so we're going to have to mulligan. Aggressive. Blood Moon's pretty decent. 1 land, though. We do get a Scry. I do get a draw as well. Is this worth the risk? Alright, I'll try it. I'll take that land. I'll take the land. See what we're playing against. Scalding Tarn, Crack Scalding Tarn goes and gets a basic mountain. Well, this is not a good sign for us. Our Blood Moon does not appear to be as strong. Although Scalding Tarn's a bit of an odd one to fetch for maybe burn. This could be Wizards? If it's Wizards, I might attempt this Blood Moon here. Doesn't look like it, though. Alright, our opponent is on the burn train here. Trying to burn us out ASAP. Since we're behind here, unless I were to draw a Chalice here, I'm going to be definitely playing Rabblemaster. That does play into Searing Blaze and such, but I think we have to. Considering I just drew another one, we're definitely going to now. Being at 10 life at turn 2 here, it's about all I can do, honestly. Opponent does only have 4 cards left in the hand. We are looking for a top deck land to take this game to a close game here. There's an Aaron Mesa, fetching and getting another basic mountain. It appears to be just basic mountains all the way. There's the Searing Blaze we talked about. Another 2 damage in here. We'll be at 5. Skewers. Oh boy, we're gonna go to 1. Well, let's put the Chalice on 1. Any 2, 3 drop or anything is gonna get us here. I am gonna block if I get the opportunity. This is an obvious block here. I do need a land. Blood Moon is looking worse and worse here. There's a land. Alright, I don't get the land here. They just ping us for 1. I'm going to just F6 to see if they play anything else here. Maybe they play a 3-mana spell thinking I'm going to remove the Swift Spear. Gives us just a little more information. There you go. They are red-white burn, which is actually a matchup I said would be a difficult one. And this is confirming it, actually. I appreciate them confirming this for us. Without some of those couple spells there, I would have put them on maybe Red Phoenix. Mono red. We can definitely keep Blood Moon in. So we keep playing just a little bit longer just to get a little bit more information, and our opponent shelves us the information pretty nicely there. Apparently I wasn't going to draw a land for a little bit. Alright, Anger's in. I'm going to bring these Banefires, Eidolons as well. Out. Going to be Bridge here, and I'm going to take Karn out as well. 2 more to take out. So I normally don't have the Banefire, so we typically have like Eidolons and Angers coming in here. But I have this Banefire. Maybe I don't go so hard on the sweepers, bring a Banefire in to kind of close the game out. I could also trim perhaps a Ritual effect. Although we are on the play. Krenko might be just a bit too slow, actually. Let's take Krenko out and bring a Banefire in. Now, obviously, Searing Blaze and Searing Blood are coming in for my opponent, but things like Auriok Champion as well. Sometimes Burning Forge Tender. Sometimes Dragon Claw. We do have a Cratermaker kind of hidden here, but I think that's better than maybe Krenko here. 2-drop and can remove something, where this is a 3-drop, doesn't do anything the turn it comes down. We got our backs against the wall here against Burn, though. We do know Burn is a difficult matchup for us. Just in general. Our Chalices are very important, however, it doesn't always mean we win the game. Destructive Revelry and Smash will be the cards we're most afraid of. The newest card here, and typically for a blue-white matchup, will be Banefire. Now, there's been a few times where we get our opponent pretty low and just need a little extra reach. We have maybe like 4 or 5 mana. That would be 3 or 4 damage here. It might be important. Could also remove a creature. Can remove Eidolon without taking damage too, which is just kind of a good thing for us. We did keep a little bit of the sketchy hand there. I think the only way we would have had a chance in the matchup is if I would have had a turn 1 Chalice, and we didn't know that our opponent was Burn. Alright, I'm going to have to mulligan this. This is not a red land. We're on the play here, and my opponent kept a 61. Kind of interesting. This is no lander. This is not good for us. Let's mulligan this as well. Alright, we'll keep this. I'm going to bottom the Eidolon. We do need to draw a land. I'm keeping this because it turns off a lot of red-white spells, and then we have the Chalice on 1. Is it going to be enough? Something tells me probably not, but maybe a Goblin Guide here will help us out. Come on, land. Got the land and the Eidolon behind it. Okay, we have a few options here. We can Blood Moon or we can Chalice on 1. I'm going to Blood Moon here because if we top deck another land here, then we can actually Chalice on 1 and Eidolon, which at this point, because Blood Moon is down, is probably not a bad idea. We could arguably try to get a Chalice on 2 as well, but I don't think we need to be going that far. Find a Goblin Rabblemaster here. Let's go ahead and throw the Chalice to 1 here and pass the turn. We're doing this just to avoid, 1, our Rabblemaster taking a bolt to the face, but 2, we're going to also avoid any more creatures. We don't have any removal at this point. Hoping that they needed this white. They did fetch for it immediately. Makes me think they might have needed it. Land is good here. Cratermaker's kind of an interesting one. He's interesting because Searing Blaze can't tag it. My opponent didn't really do a whole lot their last turn either. I kind of like just killing this and then working on Eidolon and Rabblemaster right behind it. I kind of like this. I've not been given this option before. So before anything crazy happens here, let's just sack. My opponent never gets priority to use Searing Blaze here. I'd rather than be using Searing Blaze on Eidolon. It would have obviously only been 1 damage, but I'm thinking that maybe they'll play a land here and try to skewer, light up the stage. Chalice on 1, I hope, is doing enough for us. And I think Blood Moon is doing the other half here. If we get a land here, we can do a few things here. We can Ritual out. I think Rabblemaster is safe to play first and then Eidolon, even though the Eidolon would be protecting Rabblemaster. I don't think they have a 2-mana spell that's going to just kill this immediately. I could be wrong here, though. They do smash our Chalice. We go get a token here. This is not a good thing for us. Apparently they're playing Smash over Destructive Revelry. Good thing to note. Alright, 2 bolts here. Land there's not good. Searing Blaze this, and then Bolt Rabblemaster. Searing Blaze is Rabblemaster. This is scary. I hate attacking in here because then we're just kind of dead to, say, a Goblin Guide. I'm going to hold this land here. Banefire is potentially online. I'm going to look to block here if we can. Another land here is worrisome. Land and another Searing Blaze. There's Swift Spear. Our blocker is online. For example, a Bolt here would ruin us. Also Searing Blaze does. Alright. Looks like our burn opponent has all the red spells, no white spells here. And was able to get around our Chalice on 1. Burn is definitely a difficult matchup. There's an argument that I could have left this back to have 2 blockers. I'd be blocking here. I'd be at 2. I would lose my Eidolon here because I would need to. The other option is if that I don't have this available, I have this back, then, so if I have this back, then they can just sit me at 2 and then I can't cast anything low. Chalice on 2 would have been nice. Weren't quite there. I don't think we were getting that one. Looks like Burn's going to take us down here. Makes it a little bit difficult to top 16, but we can give it the best run we got. We'll see you guys in the next match. Hopefully we can run it out and get that goal of top 16 here. Fingers crossed. We have 5th round, 6th round, 7th coming up.